It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back. You can probably even hear in the tone in my voice that we need to bring a little critical thinking back into the space. We've had a lot of celebration. Let's bring you firmly back down to earth. Navigating your taxes can sometimes feel overwhelming, probably all of the time, but it doesn't have to be. We have got people in our corner. The Office of the Tax Ombud and SARS have now joined forces to make things simpler through their Smart Taxpayers Do the Right Thing campaign. Here. It's all about helping us South Africans know our rights, stay compliant, and access free and in-person assistance. No bot here. And to tell us a little bit more about this important public service announcement, Mala Kalaka, Acting CEO of the Office of the Tax Ombud. How are you, my dear? It gets like that. It's always a shaky start when approaching your taxes. I think a lot of us don't even go there because we are too scared. It kind of feels like something we don't know enough about, so we stick our head in the sand and then we just deal with the negative repercussions. I love the sound of this collaboration. It's an opportunity for two powerhouses who know to connect. What was the rationale? Why did you want to make this bold move?
You know what? Whenever we go on, thank you for having us again.
Absolute pleasure, my dear.
Whenever we were going out to these activations or when we meet people, most of the time we find out that actually we need SARS with us. So that when you don't really need to complain to us, but we can have SARS there to mediate for you.
And engage immediately.
And engage immediately. So if you wanna, the people come and say, I want to update my details, but I've been getting a challenge with that. But if SARS is with us, then we can say quickly update them here so that you don't have to complain all the time. So it's more like a mediation right away, and people stay compliant because then filing season ends on the 20th of October now, and you know we like people that are compliant.
I like the way your tone changed just a little bit because you're seldom very scary, but I could see you were trying to layer in the gravitas of the moment there. But this is how we avoid issues for everybody. So this works for you, this works for SARS, and this works for us, for the taxpayer. What specific services are going to be on offer at N1 City when you guys bring this together? What can people expect to find there?
We've been doing this for quite a while. So we started off in the Eastern Cape with other malls, and then we went to Durban and also in Gauteng. So most of the time you find that people want to, they've forgotten their credentials to log into e-filing. People want to update their banking details. People want to actually update addresses and also, but
life happens,
SARS, because life happens, and then SARS is there to do that so that people can go into their e-filing and file. Also, if you have a query that you don't know how to deal with it on your e-filing, maybe you don't know how to approach something while you e-file, SARS is there to advise you. You've been waiting for something for so long that, you know, it probably a confusion between you and SARS, so they're there to also advise you. And from our side, we are there to make sure that whatever services that SARS cannot approach or whatever delays that they have on their side, we are there to make sure that those gaps are closed. As you can complain to us directly, and we can also assist, you know, mediate immediately there.
You are a giant shoulder to cry on, so I appreciate and I love you for that, because I would imagine there's a lot of crying going on because we often make the mistake because we just don't go there, and then we have to deal with the repercussions. And it could be something as simple as just a mistake in filing. Maybe you missed a date. Maybe you haven't got the right kind of advice. Why is this so important? When we talk about compliance, it's a gateway. Once you're through it, you are so free and happy, and it's an amazing feeling. But so many of us sit on the wrong side. Why do we need to up our game?
You know, at the Office of the Tax Ombud, we don't only talk about taxpayer rights, but we also talk about taxpayer obligation. So not only do we do rights, but also you are obligated to file on time to avoid penalties, so that you don't come to us and cry at the end of the day. So we're trying to make sure that you stay within the taxpayer rights obligations and you understand also your entitlements. What are you entitled to? What are your obligations? And what are your rights? So this is important to us because then it decreases the complaints that come to us that we think that you need to avoid. So that's why it's important to us.
I love that, because there's dead weight. In the tax system, there is so much dead weight that is holding the system back, that is holding the key stakeholders back and also holding us back. And I had a massive issue years ago. Once I had sorted it out and gone through the hard yards, I actually received quite a bit back. It was so much on my shoulders to sort that out. So
Yes.
that being said, because as much as ignorance can be a barrier, it's not an excuse.
It is not.
What advice do you have for our taxpayers, our proud South African taxpayers in tax season this year?
Well, we here in the Western Cape, as I said, we've been already in 5 provinces, and we want everybody to come join us at the N1 City Mall at next to Truworths. That's where we're going to be, so that we can also help them file and help them understand their rights and obligations and entitlements. But for all of South Africa, we are saying that if you have a challenge, you can approach the Office of the Tax Ombud, and we're available. You know, we have a toll-free number. It's 0800 662 837. They can call and actually find out if they are still, within the file, if they are compliant.
The green zone, let's call it.
They are compliant. So I think it's best if you approach us and you know where we are in the tax ecosystem.
I love it. And you're in our corner,
Yes,
which I love
yes.
you for. Thank you so much. But it's not an adversarial relationship with SARS and with the market. We're all on the same side.
Yes.
And I love that because this just seems to make it simpler. We are just adding, not subtracting. I like that at this time of the year. Thank you so much for your efforts and all the best of luck at N1
you.
City. Yes, a lot of tears flowing, but very big shoulders to cry. And what I love the most about this, the Ombud, SARS and us all working together to become compliant, and that's when the rewards for all of us really do kick in.